on Monday Night Raw. But the story here tonight, Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt able to stick together as a team and take out Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins 2 weeks away from the fatal five-way at Extreme Rules.
For those of you wondering, no, you're not in the Twilight Zone. Oh, man. I had to do it. I had to do it, guys. This is my jam right here, man. Why am I playing that tonight? Oh, my God. We'll find out next. Oh, jeez. All right. I'm just having some fun with you tonight. Me and AC, man. Oh, we got lots to talk about tonight, folks, including another craptastic edition of Raw with the Sensitive Universe in tow. Just waiting for AC to call in right now. We're going to play something tonight. A couple things here we want to talk about. We're not just talking about Raw tonight. I'm drinking Mountain Dew tonight. Usually not a big fan of the Mountain Dew. We'll find out tomorrow why I'm drinking Mountain Dew. Let's just say you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. Because, something's coming out on the network tomorrow that I can't quite describe. But, it's coming. And you know, it's different, I'll tell you that. You know, we call it 1650 PWAM, Pro Wrestling and More. Tomorrow, you will find out what the and more means tomorrow morning. Let's just say Jeff Edwards has outdone himself. I am the lucky dog, Joe White. And it seems as if joining me right now is Daddy Cool himself, AC. What's up, AC?
What's up, brother?
Why do you sound like you're over the telephone tonight?
Does it? I'm testing. I was testing out something new here, but I guess it's not going to go well for us.
Yeah, it sounds like.
All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds here, and we'll. I think. Yep. Hang on a sec.
It sounds like you're on the telephone instead of your normal cool self here.
Yeah, I got a different headset on. I wanted to try it out because my other one's giving me problems, but we will pray that it works properly. Hold on. If you lose me, I'll call you right back, but I'm going to change.
Sure.
Over.
I don't know what that smiley face is, Edwards, but well, I do know what it's about. Edwards cooked something up over the weekend. Let's just say that. By the way, we want to here at the network.
Okay, how do I sound now?
Much better. By the way, we want to go ahead and extend our thoughts are with people in the UK tonight. Apparently, at a Ariana Grande, I have no idea who that is. I was informed by my kids that she's like a Disney Channel type superstar. And 19 dead and about 50 injured after a bomb went off outside the concert in Manchester tonight outside the arena. Mass chaos and hysteria. So our thoughts are with everybody involved in certainly our thoughts are with, I give the UK a lot of crap sometimes about their wrestling fans, but we definitely don't want to see anything like this. So our thoughts are with you. If you believe in that sort of thing, our prayers are with you, and we'll get through this. But I want to play something right now for you, AC. Oh, looks like AC dropped. Let's see if he calls back, and then we'll play something here. But yeah, certainly 19 dead, 50 injured, or 50 at least injured. Police say suicide bomber is a possibility. Witnesses saying there's bodies scattered everywhere. But Ariana Grande's okay, so I guess that's the... Sheesh. That's what kills me about these types of situations is that, people are sitting there shown on video trampling over each other to get out of this arena. And people are wondering, is Ariana Grande okay? Well, yes, folks. If you're all wondering, she's fine. 50 people are injured and 19 people are dead, but Ariana fucking Grande is okay. AC, you back with us?
I'm back. I guess my Skype is working as good as Chip Day's cell phone in Georgia.
Ooh. That's cold. That's cold, man.
So before I get into that, I shouldn't change the subject on you there. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers with everybody at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, UK there. And for you dopes out there that are already making jokes, like have a little class or dignity or whatever you want to call it. You just wait a few days. People did die, and it's not. These kind of things are. Quite frankly, just happen too often.
So I do want to play one thing here. It's not the only bad thing to come out of England today, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I want to play something here. I wonder if how this is going to come across. But go ahead, do it, AC. India, number one.
Number one. India, number one.
That's the best thing ever.
They're bigger homers than John Sterling and Susan Waldman doing Yankee games on WFAN.
No, they're not chanting. They're not. There you go. Number one. And then they start going, India, number one.
Oh, India number one. I'm saying gender. Whatever, same difference. The Maharaja.
The Maharaja, baby.
How do you think Hollywood Edwards felt watching the Maharaja hold the title belt up backwards for 5 minutes, upside down?
I could listen to that all fucking day.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, I gotta make sure White listen to this before we do a show tonight.
And like, what kills me is all the sensitive universe is sitting there like with their fucking flabbergasted, and
oh my god, well their faces were more shocked than when Lesnar beat Taker.
It's the best thing. Number one. India, number one.
So how are they going to feel in like 3 weeks when he fails wellness? Oh God! India, all you got to do is India, job for Rob Gronkowski. Knock Finn Balor unconscious, and job to Mojo Rawley, and next thing you know, you're WWE champion. We've been waiting 5 years for Cesaro to get a title belt around his waist. Jinder Mahal did it in 5 weeks.
India number one. India number one. 245 at 7-Eleven tonight, baby. Woohoo! I saw a fucking tweet today.
Oh, there was a lot of fucking Slurpees being sold last night, let me tell you.
Oh, man. I mentioned, like, somebody had a Slurpee tweet or 7-Eleven tweet, and somebody goes, don't you go being racist, you hear?
Oh,
These
come
are the
on.
same
It's all in good fun.
motherfuckers. These are the same motherfuckers who fucking danced in the streets after 9/11. So
right. So that's why I want to get it. That's the thing. That's why I got to get on a show with Edwards, with Hollywood Edwards there, and do a cool truth, because I heard him and Stames on 1650 PWAM here do a show and talk about Jinder and how he's not really in, he's from Canada and all this stuff. And it's like, do you think these dumbasses in the sensitive universe really know he's not Indian or don't think he's a terrorist? Half of them probably think he is. They probably think he's Muslim.
That's the gimmick.
Right.
That's the fucking gimmick.
I'm not Muslim, but you probably think I am.
Ariana Grande tweets afterwards that she's broken and so sorry after the attack. Well, okay.
I mean, okay, that's pretty vague.
Yeah. What else? What is she? What do you expect her to tweet out?
I mean, I know there really isn't much to say. I know. No matter what you say, it's not really.
But you know what? If you live in India tonight, free Slurpees, India number one, India number one.
They're partying in the streets.
Oh man, like I wish we could play that song, "Dancing in the Street."
There's a bunch of little Indian kids running around with those plastic, WWE title belts upside down.
You know they got them in India.
The best part is when he finally realized he was holding it upside down. He kind of looked up at it again and said, like, oh shit.
If you listen to the pre-show, Robert Wells said, "I don't mind him winning, but for God's sakes, can he hold the title right side up?" And goddamn, if we're not upstairs watching this, and he holds that fucking belt, I thought Robert was gonna have a fucking stroke, man.
Jump through the TV.
I thought he was gonna jump through the TV. You Indian motherfucker! I don't mind that you came over here and took our title, but god damn it, hold the belt up right.
How about when Orton was dropping the Singh brothers on their heads? Ooh. There? That facial expression he made. He was like, "Oh damn, that must have hurt." He didn't even care. He was just like, "I just dropped you on your head."
It looked like something after a movie, like when the fucking bad guys go crashing through a fucking like closet full, like a broom closet, and the babyface guys that look like, ooh.
Right?
And no, you know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of the fucking Riddler in Batman Forever when he's blowing up the fucking Batcave, and he's like, ooh, and after he blows up the fucking Batmobile. But
you know what? In all seriousness, though, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like this is the greatest storyline in the world, or
though.
They're on their way here. That's my point. Everybody's been screaming, do something different. And then they do it, and everybody goes, "Oh, how could you? Oh, come on! Shut up!"
And then I listened to
Shut the fuck up.
I was listening to Busted Open today, and they said themselves, "This is the greatest fan reaction that we've seen since The Undertaker lost his streak." Okay, and then they said, one of their callers or even one of their panelists on there was like, look, the only reason why they're doing this is so that they could tap into the Indian market and so that they could get good over in India and get a good TV deal over there and get a ground footing in India. I have no problem with that, because while they build their Indian audience, it's a win-win. It's different here in the States. It gives us something different.
I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's not the... you're not going to, we're 10 years from now, we're not talking about the great rise of Jinder Mahal, but, no, but I mean, at least it's something different. I mean, and the thing is, like, you gave them, here's the thing, no reaction is a problem, but talking about it for 24 hours the way it's been talked about, that's exactly what they wanted. So if you hate it so much and you're talking about it all day, you're getting worked.
I want to read something here. I want to switch gears here for just a second, because, there's something that we haven't come out with an official statement on this, and this is by no means no official statement. But there is let me see here. There is a big thing coming out, another big, huge thing coming out of the UK today. As you all know, I've been voicing my opinion over what culture pro wrestling. Yes, there are YouTube marks who use the money that they make off of their little haha videos and their cardboard titles. Well, they turned it into an actual wrestling promotion, and they were using the money that they made off YouTube videos to fund their shows. Okay, now I have no problem with doing that. It's the fact of the marks are now behind the curtain booking, and that's where I had my problem, and that's where I still have my problem with What Culture Pro Wrestling. Today
I wouldn't say you'd be the only one either.
Well, today it was announced that there's an important update regarding the What Culture Pro Wrestling Loaded tapings coming up in Manchester. Well, I don't think anything's going on in Manchester here for a while, and I don't say that with a joking, no pun intended, but I mean it's obvious that it wasn't going to take place anyway. In a decision that has not been made lightly, and this is from an official press release here, and we'll get into what this means here in a second, because it does impact the network. It impacts 1650, it impacts pro wrestling, PWA and Pro Wrestling and more. It affects several other promotions who may think about getting into the YouTube game, and your people up there at NEW probably are sitting there laughing their asses off at this by now. In a decision that it was not made lightly, WCPW must announce today that the forthcoming weekly Loaded shows at Manchester's Bowlers Exhibition Center will no longer be going ahead. Effective immediately are June 9th, 16th, 23rd, June 30th, July 14th, 28th, August 4th, 11th, and 18th shows have been pulled from our event pages, and refunds will be issued automatically to anyone who has purchased tickets to these events. All other announced dates, including our pay-per-views and all Pro Wrestling World Cup dates, are unaffected by this. Our initial June 2nd show will also be going ahead as scheduled, and all tickets purchased are still valid. Now, the reason behind this is, and it goes on to say that this is a decision that we absolutely did not want to make, but unfortunately it has been taken out of our hands by the good people at YouTube. Yes, the very streaming service that you're watching this now on is the enemy here, folks. It says, owing to a change in their monetization policy, which is now classified wrestling as quote-unquote non-advertiser friendly, it is no longer financially viable for WCPW to produce a weekly free show of the quality that our fans deserve. Since the change, the WCPW YouTube channel has seen its advertising income decimated, with our recent match between Alberto El Patron and Rey Mysterio Jr. earning... Well, here's the kicker, though, man. Earning them only $44 despite reaching over 1,100,000 views.
Wow.
This is a reduction of around 98% in what would have been Loaded's main revenue source. Without the money, it's not simply possible to organize, set up, manage, produce, and edit a free-to-air show on the scale that we had intended, and we've been left with no choice but to alter the business model. We're not alone in this either. Other promotions, journalists, and fans have seen their ability to make a living from content jeopardized entirely by this change. While we support YouTube in their endeavors to make the site a safer, more tolerant place to visit, we reject entirely the classification of wrestling as a whole as quote-unquote inappropriate content. As such, in the coming weeks, WCPW will be partnering with other like-minded individuals and organizations to start a campaign aimed at reversing this sweeping change. Wrestling is not about violence. Wrestling is about scripted entertainment, amazing feats of athleticism, and most of all, storytelling. We want to thank all of our fans for their continued support, and we hope to have some more positive news soon. And they give a list of dates here, but we just recently switched over to a primarily all YouTube model for this, and we spoke to Grant Sawyer from CWF, their technical guru, about this, and he says it really, he released a statement weeks ago before this really started taking a hit on people that it really didn't factor into their business model, because they really don't make, they make money off of it, but not as much as like a What Culture. None of their videos have 1 million views. But I want to get your thoughts on this, AC, because now this inhibits any pro wrestling organization that was thinking about releasing any of their content on YouTube except for WWE is now thinking twice, and it should be noted here.
Does Uncle Vince have anything to do with this?
I was going to say, WWE is not affected by this.
Oh, I mean, of course not. Why would they be?
Well, the thing with them saying non-advertiser friendly, it's not that it's just not
the WWE isn't pro wrestling, it's sports entertainment.
True. Very
according
true.
to them.
Very true.
I mean, that would be their argument, I would think. If they have to make one, I mean,
well, my argument to this
who
too
knows
is
if
that
they're not even behind this?
my argument to this as well is that not only has YouTube classified anything having to do with pro wrestling, such as 1650 PWAM, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. They've also deemed it not family friendly, and this is not just pro wrestling that's being affected by this. There's a certain group of YouTubers out there called ASM artists. Look it up. I know it's weird, but look it up. They too have been affected by this. The gaming community has been affected by this. Anything that's deemed by Google, aka YouTube, to be non-appetizer friendly is not getting ads ran in front of their shit.
That's a pretty broad brush to paint. You know, I mean, this just seems like just classic. We're gonna censor whatever we fucking feel like. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
But yet,
listen,
WWE's
they're
not
gonna have
affected by
other
this.
avenues to get their content out there. My guess is if they're getting that number of hits, if they were to involve themselves in another streaming source like, you know, an NEW has, or I know Beyond does a lot with YouTube, but they do the majority of their streaming. They have another source. I'm sure, you know, if you looked into all the big, you know, PWG and everything else, they're probably all doing it that way now. So they're going to have other avenues to get their content out there. And I don't necessarily disagree that there are aspects of pro wrestling that are, you know, maybe a little bit violent. You know, I'm not saying your day-to-day, your NEWs, your CWFs, your, you know, some of your promotions. And I'm not even saying like a Beyond where you've had, you know, guy versus girl matches get a lot of attention and stuff like that. But, you know, there are your, you know, backyard. Why do I want to call it backyard? Because I might insult somebody. Not that I really care, but those, you know, shows with chainsaws and, you know, overly violent wrestling shows, if you want to call them that I am not a fan of. I mean, I could see that in some way, like, hey, you know, an 8-year-old might stumble upon this, you know, seeing, you know, Johnny Moxley or whoever getting his head cut with a chainsaw, might not realize, you know, what's going on here. But all in all, I think that this sounds like classic, you know, the big wigs are censoring what's going on here. Maybe to the benefit or WWE, or maybe it's just YouTube as a whole overall wanting to censor people, have a bigger hand in what's, you know, on their content for whatever reason. Maybe because it's Google and everything else owning it.
Here's what I think also. I think that YouTube is not a real big viable source in this day and age of, you know, yes, you always see people on Twitter. I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole. And I've been known to do it myself. I'll sit sometimes and thinking, all right, I'm just going to watch this one video, and then I see something on the side for a suggestion. Oh, I like that. And I like that. Mm-hmm. And I'll sit there for 2 or 3 hours just watching YouTube videos. It's not that hard to do. But I think as far as more and more people on YouTube started to get popular and more people started making money, I think it's also a case of, yes, Google's a main corporation, but it's like, maybe we're shelling out as far as YouTube. And yes, people are going to go, but it's Google. They got all the money in the world. But they also look at it from a standpoint of just YouTube. You know, they look at YouTube itself and go,
well, is YouTube costing the overall company money by what they're shelling out?
I mean, that's a fair argument.
If YouTube itself is being funded by another part of, you know, Google's grand operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
if SmackDown
it wouldn't be the first time a company has, you know, kind of, you know, reorganized to not lose money on something. I mean, you saw it right now. Use Major League Baseball as an example. Right now, with all the TV deals, teams are making a lot of money. But, you know, 10 years ago, a lot of owners bailed. And they were billionaires.
Okay. Well, look at
but
this.
They're like,
ESPN.
I'm losing money on this. I'm still going to be a billionaire, but I don't want to lose money on this, so I'm going to sell it.
Fucking ESPN just went through that. They're owned by goddamn Disney, for crying out loud.
Right.
And they just laid off how many people? Because it just didn't seem viable.
They're wiping stuff out left and right. I mean, ESPN's been getting hammered for the last year or two. They got outbid on a ton of talent to go to Fox Sports 1 and other places, and Fox, I mean, they put a lot of money into sports now, and they've really hammered away at ESPN.
I mean,
They
look
really
at
have.
it. Look at it this way.
ESPN was the only game in town for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And with the internet and social media and all these other channels, like not just Fox Sports 1, but you got NBC, CBS, you got MLB, NFL, NBA, and they all got their own networks now. And I mean, that caught ESPN's business by a lot.
I look at it this way.
Plus, you can't lose $75 million on. It may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but if ESPN's already hemorrhaging and they lose $75 million on one playoff game, one NFL playoff game, that's something, and that absolutely is the case.
I mean, look at it this way: when a guy like Boogie2988 on YouTube, he does video gaming stuff and he talks about his life. He's a 400-pound dude who can barely fucking walk, who gets more video hits than Coca-Cola does on YouTube.
Insane.
What do you think they're going to put a squash on? Coca-Cola is threatening to pull off of YouTube because they're not getting as many hits, and we're going to lose that money that they give us to sponsor on our main page because we're sitting there shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's the catch, here's the double-edged sword about it. And I've been saying this, yes, I would love to make a living off YouTube, but now I'm kind of glad I haven't, because you got people out there like, I'll say Joe Cronin, the guy with Wrestling with Regret guy, the fucking Boogie2988. There's people out there that make their living off YouTube. There's people out there that have no other source of income in the world but YouTube and the sponsors that their YouTube channel has. There's a woman living out of Maryland who has quit her fucking job because she's doing YouTube videos every day. And they're in
Well, do you think Google has another card to play here?
Like
where
what?
maybe they're going to come up with some other streaming service where, okay, now here's what you do. You, like a Spreaker or whatever, you give us $20 a month. Then you could air your fucking content. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, all right, sign up for free, air your content, we'll advertise it. And
they have that already. It's called, well, not necessarily for creators, but they have YouTube Red, which YouTube Red,
are they going to try to force people into doing something like that is my point.
I don't know. I don't know if they're, but the thing is, it's not financially viable for the creator. You got to remember, guys, ladies and gentlemen out there.
Well, when is it ever financially viable for a little guy to do anything?
Well, I mean, the point I'm trying to get at is we're squabbling over YouTube money. And you got to remember, 10 years ago, you would never fucking dreamed of uploading your little home movies,
Right.
Getting paid for it. You would never dream of getting paid to do that on a daily basis.
Well, listen, once
now people are bitching.
This is like anything else in life. Once people find a way to manipulate a system, and in a way people have, because there's a whole lot of people, as you just pointed out, who became, I guess, monetarily successful by getting on a damn video and talking for an hour or whatever, and sooner or later somebody's gonna, put the kibosh on stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's sad for me.
It sucks.
Because
it sucks, but it's
here's what kills me.
I mean, it's kind of the way the world works.
There are people younger than us, millennials, okay? 16, 17-year-old kids.
Well, their dream is to become a YouTube sensation.
Well,
I know that.
Not only
but
that.
It shouldn't be, though.
Here's the thing, though, AC. There's kids who are younger than me that do nothing but play video games on YouTube and are making a fucking living off of it. And when this thing crashes and the rug gets pulled out from underneath them and they have to walk out there in the real world and face it without it and get a real job, they're not going to know what the fuck to do. And I feel sorry for them. It's the age we live in. But you know what else we live in?
Number one.
India number one. India number one.
Speaking of Backlash, I know you tweeted it out, but did you have a problem with Knock and Ziggler opening?
Now that I look back on it, no.
At the time you did?
At the time I did. At the time, me and Robert are sitting upstairs going, they're kicking off with this? What the fuck? The whole pay-per-view, the advertising was main event. Dude, the advertising, every single ad for this pay-per-view said nothing about AJ Styles, nothing about Jinder and Orton. It was all Shinsuke.
Right. I agree with that part of it, but I don't know. I don't know how it is, down yonder, your way down there. But
down yonder, as I drink my Mountain Dew. Yeehaw, Jeff Edwards. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
No.
What's coming? You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. It's great.
So,
let's just say my nickname now on the network is Lucky Dog Joe White, and you'll find out why tomorrow.
Okay. I can't wait. So, no, my point being with this, I get you're 100% correct with the advertising and everything else. But I look at it this way. They probably weren't going to put it before the title matches anyway. So it would then be called, quote unquote, a mid-card match. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how it is down your way, but, and a lot of companies up here, NEW, XWA, to name a few, will put on a really top-level match first to kind of break the ice and get the crowd going. Also to kind of split up all your top matches instead of having them all boom, boom, boom right in a row. Because you go to enough live crowds, if sometimes you see a really good match and you get really invested in it, there's almost like it takes the wind out of your sails for a little bit. And I think maybe they felt that might happen with this match. Plus, you can't get a bigger kickoff to the show. So
yeah, I
can see it from that point, but I get I didn't think of it that way. I get your point with the promotion of it, but I didn't necessarily have a problem with it, given the fact, all right, this is going to be a sick fucking show. We're popping off with Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler. So I didn't necessarily think it was bad.
Your boy Dave Meltzer brung up a decent point, okay?
He had a decent point?
He had a decent point. Nakamura in NXT. Okay, here's the thing. He was saying that how Hideo Itami kind of has cold feet in NXT because he's like, I got to be better than I was in Japan because I'm on the big stage. Nakamura came in.
You can't stay healthy.
Well, Nakamura came in going with a different attitude. I'm the shit. I know I'm the shit. These people are going to know I'm the shit. So I'm going to do, kind of what I always have been, only toned down because my reputation precedes me. And it's going to get me over. And it did. It did. Nakamura has not had a Japanese-style match. He doesn't do probably half the, intensity as he had in Japan in WWE. Okay.
Well, but the thing you got. Well, hold on. The thing you got to remember too is, let's be fair. Let's be fair for a second though. A lot of what people in this country have seen from Nakamura is a lot of stuff he did at Wrestle Kingdom. Obviously, now if you're watching day-to-day New Japan Pro Wrestling, he's not doing Wrestle Kingdom every match. That's what makes Wrestle Kingdom special. Which is why, and listen, I understand what WWE announcers are trying to do, but this idea that JBL is going to treat guys that have wrestled in front of 60,000 people at Wrestle Kingdom like they just got off an ROH ring when they come to the WWE is stupid. When he's going on and on about you're in the major leagues now, you've never wrestled on a platform like this. Well, hold on a second. He wrestled in front of what last night? 16,000 people?
Yep.
On the B Show pay-per-view and opened it? You're telling me that match is bigger than wrestling AJ Styles for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship in a co-main event at Wrestle Kingdom?
Though. Even though it's not. But in their eyes, in Vince McMahon's eyes, even though they've mentioned it a time or two on WWE TV, since last year, they have mentioned New Japan quite a bit. In their eyes, New Japan still, you mention New Japan to them, they're looking at you going, well, who? What?
I get that. I get that.
And they want their fans to think that
But the problem is this is my problem with them saying it. My problem with them saying it is not them putting down New Japan. Like, all right, if they want to do that, that's fine. My problem with him saying that and constantly saying it about the bigger names, AJ Styles, Nakamura, is that you're putting down guys that you want to get over by saying it. You're saying you're no big deal until we make you a big deal.
Yep.
Well, no, they're there because they're a big fucking deal. You promoted this pay-per-view on
otherwise.
his back because he's a big fucking deal. So don't tell me he hasn't wrestled in the big leagues before, because if he hasn't, you wouldn't have just done your entire promotion about him. Now, you want to put him on the WrestleMania stage and say, all right, he's going up a level now, then you have an argument. But you're not going to convince me of that in a 16,000 seat arena for fucking Backlash, okay?
But their point is that Nakamura really didn't do anything on his main roster debut to thrill a lot of people. He did the same shit he's done in NXT, but the problem with that is there's a lot of people who sitting at Backlash who watch SmackDown week to week that don't fucking watch NXT. And that's where the disconnect is. They don't watch NXT. They don't know what the fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling is.
Listen,
like you said,
they are going to
the
turn
vocal
on
minority,
him by SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah, they're going to fucking
write it down.
Dude, they're going to fucking have him heel by SummerSlam.
They're going to turn on him by SummerSlam. Write it down.
Because I guarantee you Vince is backstage going, goddamn, pal. Thought he was the shit.
Listen, he's going to be doing karate chops and his sushi chef gimmick by Survivor Series. He's going to have a little hat on. They're going to have it in the back, chopping up, raw fish.
Karate chop.
Well, listen, pal, we got to get our Japanese network over this one, so we're going to put the title on him, but he's not going to be Shinsuke Nakamura like you know.
What do you think they do with him directly after this? Because my thing is, I think Vince always has that classic, we got to bring him down, and then I got to bring him up. It has to be my creation, Here's my thought on it. Although he's really good at what he does, I don't think they're going to let him be him. So I think, even myself, it's going to be kind of like I am with Balor right now. I'm just bored. He does nothing for me. Nothing. Now, he may, even Balor himself, and we'll probably get into this more later, but might show up at the pay-per-view in a demon gimmick and the whole deal. And he's not going to show up at Extreme Rules with the demon gimmick. Not after tonight. I
mean, but why? Because, listen, there's nothing to that character. That last segment tonight with him and Angle was atrocious.
Angle didn't even say his name right.
Come on! It was just stupid.
It was scripted.
What is this? What are you now? Now we went from not telling anybody what the main event's going to be till halfway through the show to trying to get that over on the last minute of Raw the week prior. Tune in next week. We're gonna have the collar popped Fergal Devitt versus Bray Wyatt and whoever else is in it, Samoa Joe. And listen, I have this sneaking suspicion that nobody in that crowd cares about Samoa Joe right now. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he gets a reaction at all.
Balor got one tonight, though. Showed the kids the women jumping up and down. They love him.
Doesn't matter. He's a snoot. That character's so fucking boring.
Edwards goes, if you notice, Knock maybe did one American Pro Wrestling move. That crowd, in my opinion, wasn't very welcome of his knee strike offense. Strong style will fail in WWE. The problem is WWE has not, and I don't think they can, because the common wrestling fan really can't put it into words, what exactly strong style is.
Here's what's going to happen. Like you said, they're going to turn him heel. Everybody's going to be down on him. And then him and AJ are going to go at WrestleMania and give you a fucking, I'll say 20-minute really good match. Could be better because they won't give him 40 minutes. They won't give him 40 minutes.
Nope.
The way they did at Wrestle Kingdom. So you're never going to recreate that in the W. We know that. Listen, this is the thing. We know this. This is why me and Edwards didn't want them to go there. We knew this. You could see this before they signed. Now, AJ's done a pretty good job.
Did a damn good job
having
last night.
A decent run here. It's not my favorite version of AJ Styles, but AJ's good enough that he's pulled it off. But with Nakamura, it's going to be totally different. Plus, you have let's face it, Nakamura is not coming out there and cutting a Roddy Piper promo with a language barrier either here. So we knew this going in. I don't know why anyone would be disappointed or like, oh, I thought it'd be better. Why? Based on what? What have you seen them do with any of these guys? The only guys you could possibly give me are AJ, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. Even Sami Zayn. Come on, Sami Zayn's he's a stepping stone.
I also want to comment on the fucking Breezango shit. Now, this is where I lost my shit last night.
That tag match was atrocious.
It was awful. Fuck you, goddamn Twitter. I'm going to say it right now. Here it is. All these... Okay. I'm going to say this, and it's true. You say I'm right, AC. The fucking fangirls, the WWE fangirls last night. Breezango is so cute. Oh my God. I hope they win tonight. Oh my God. This shit with Tyler's the best thing ever. It's so funny.
Oh my God!
What changed?
I wish the Usos beat them to a bloody pulp.
Well, my question for this Twitter universe, and now I see where you talk about the sensitive universe, because what the fuck has changed? 2 or 3 years ago, we were groaning at Santino Marella, and now they gave you Santino Marella times fucking 2. But, oh, it's so cute. It's so sexy. Prince Pretty in a goddamn dress. And a walker. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say.
I really liked the NXT version of Tyler Breeze.
Yes, I did.
Prince Pretty with the selfie stick.
Yeah, I love
and
that
coming
shit.
out and kind of like,
dude, I ain't gonna lie. I would put on his fucking thing, like when I was doing dishes or cleaning the house. I would fucking put his theme song on to do the risky business around the fucking house to that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
What do you got on repeat now? Glorious.
Fuck yeah, glorious. I mean,
could you imagine if they really used that fucking song for Nakamura? I mean, who the fuck's idea was that? Was that Dewey Foley? Was Dewey sitting there? Oh, we'll use this for Nakamura.
And you know what I liked about this? Everybody, Dave Meltzer, Dave Scherer, Wade Keller, everybody in the dirt shits, I got to applaud them. Dirt shits, thank you. Because they sticked to their fucking guns and they called that tag match for what it was. Comedy, haha, funny, don't draw money, bullshit. And thank you.
Awful. I honestly feel bad for the Usos. They deserve better.
Tyler Breeze deserves better.
When I was thinking about the match opening deal with Knock and Ziggler opening, my last big run of going to WWE shows was, oh shit, it was right after Bryan won the title. Was probably that Extreme Rules where he wrestled Kane and they did the demonic kids with Cena in the cage and with Bray. And then at that point you had the Evolution and Shield, deal going on.
Yeah.
But they opened a bunch of shows with the Wyatts and the Usos. And I'm telling you, man, the crowd was hot for the Usos, obviously hot for the Wyatt family. You get a nice 15, 20-minute tag match where everybody's oohing and eyeing, and you got a nice open to the show. But, between those teams, and it's like, the heel gimmick, I like it with the Usos. I like what you're doing. I almost feel like the splitting up the having two different tag divisions hurts them. You'd almost want to have, just one sick tag division on either show.
The women on one and the tag team division on the other. That's exactly how it should have been.
I agree 1,000%.
I'll be honest
with you.
But the thing
is, like, they're put that. I mean, they're good, but that freaking Breezango. Oh my God! If I never see it again, it'll be too soon.
They need to go ahead and release Fandango, man. He showed a lot in that tag match last night. I'm not gonna lie, but the fucking ha-ha bullshit A, Tyler Breeze deserves better. B, if you're going to let Fandango stand out like that, get rid of the dancing gimmick, okay?
When they put this guy over at WrestleMania with
In
Chris
his first
Jericho.
match.
Oh my God.
Now, to be fair,
I was in the building.
To be fair, he would have never gotten over if it wasn't for the UK fuckers singing his song and doing sing-along with fucking Jim Johnston, okay?
Da, 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 da. That was the only thing good about
That's
him.
the only thing good about him was his music, and then the bell rings, you know? And I like heel Usos. And when they fucking got that pinfall last night, I fucking goddamn looked at Robert and I was like, ready to watch my Twitter feed explode? Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, the match was okay. The wrong man went over, especially if they're priming Baron Corbin up to be a main guy, which obviously now that ain't the case. Now that we got number one,
it's almost like last night they had this thing about him where, you say Sammy always loses, so he won tonight.
He gotta win, but guess what's coming?
It's stupid. There's no way Sami Zayn should have won that match.
It's like we didn't drag our cock up your nose and give you the Roman helmet. We gave you the Dirty Sanchez next, and guess what's coming up on Tuesday? He's gonna lose again, and we're gonna give you the hot car right on your chest, people.
Right? Unbelievable. Everything you've done with Corbin, over this time here, and they missed out huge by having Ambrose go over him, and they missed out even bigger with Zayn going over.
The rumor is that once this Jinder Mahal shit's over, Baron Corbin by this time next year is supposed to have a huge push. Like Vince really likes him.
I love Baron. I've loved Baron Corbin since NXT.
And
I'm
you're
with
absolutely
it, but they can't do it. They can't do it half-ass. This is the same shit they fucking killed Bray Wyatt with. Oh, we're gonna get him to here. But then we're going to have him lose the biggest match he could have right now. We're going to have him lose it.
And we're going to say it's the biggest match of his career.
Right. This is his biggest match. Da-da-da. They love to do this. See, that works with the Daniel Bryans of the world. That doesn't work with a badass motherfucker like Baron Corbin or Bray Wyatt. It doesn't work. It's not believable.
Edwards likes the fashion police.
I'm gonna laugh. When Bray Wyatt and Reigns were standing in the ring talking about who's gonna beat Brock Lesnar, and I'm like,
neither one of
guy
you
lost in a minute and a half to go over.
It was so apparent.
Relic.
They made it so apparent in the middle of the night. And we'll get there. Who's winning that match?
Oh my God.
And who's not taking the pinfall? But the women's match, I'm gonna skip over from last night. The welcoming committee. That's what they actually called these motherfuckers.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I honestly have been glancing over SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I was like, really? You haven't know this? This has been going on for weeks.
But anyway, Owens and AJ, best match on the show.
Well, you know what that's about.
Yeah.
Everything that Charlotte Flair's involved in has got to be all about Charlotte. So they're welcoming Charlotte.
Every time Charlotte comes out, my stepdaughter, the same one who looks at Finn Balor and goes, "Oh my God, Bay is on my screen." Every time Charlotte comes out, she goes, "Ew, she looks like a fucking man. She looks
don't
just
tell
like
her not
Ric
to
Flair."
Google her. She might really see a man with tits.
Oh. I mean, I have no problem with the way the woman looks, but she's an alright looking woman, but at the end when she gets the makeup off her face, come on,
And why can't somebody leak some Lana pics? What right? Charlotte? What kind of leak is that?
Anyway.
Can you clog that leak, please?
I didn't see the leaked pics, thank God. But anyway.
Do yourself a favor, don't look.
Kevin Owens and AJ, best match on the show. The ending. I know what the sensitive universe is going to say. Oh my God, it's a DQ finish. It made sense, you motherfuckers. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was a good, and I know WWE has a bad habit of giving us a really good match and then a real fucking schmoz ending that makes no sense. Okay?
Listen, there's a lot of wrestling promotions that do this shit.
But the
WWE is not alone in that, trust me.
But this time it made sense, and they did it right with AJ getting his foot caught on the table and the count out. And Owens somehow, he's a heel. As Cornette would say, he's a heel, motherfucker.
I'd rather have him win like that than have fucking Jon Stewart come down and turn on him. Do something stupid. It's a heel move. Really? It's a heel move when the heel didn't even know he was going to do it? Oh man, you don't even know. I had these
where you
arguments
go with this?
about Jon Stewart and about Triple H. About they're heels. They're supposed to cheat to win. My point was they're not cheating if they don't know. The story you're telling me is they didn't know this was going to happen. So how are they cheating? Somebody cheated for them. You know what I'm saying? This is a heel way to win. I don't mind that. I really don't. Especially when you actually have a real heel in Kevin Owens.
And then people are, you know what you do next? You have them go fucking, have them go false count anywhere next time. And
I kind of like the idea of him saying I'm the new face of America, but then talking in French and French,
you got
Canadian,
Money in the
whatever.
Bank.
I kind of like all that.
I think, looking ahead to Money in the Bank here, and this is probably a topic for a future episode, but those two guys are going to get to face each other again at Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. They're going to probably end up, facing each other after when they do Battleground, which is in Philly. Oof. Anyway.
Well, here's the other thing too, Joe. You know this is true. Half the people complaining that AJ didn't win the title last night didn't fucking want him in the U.S. title picture anyway.
Exactly, but you know what? You got a damn good match, and it's been a damn good feud out of it. So.
And here's the thing: that's a match that lived up to expectation for the most part.
Oh yeah.
When you look at that card and you say, okay, what match can I kind of zero in on? I personally, I would zero in on that more than even Knock and Ziggler.
My main complaint about this whole pay-per-view is how people are talking about Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton saying the match wasn't good. I don't have anything really. The match told a good story.
I didn't think the match was bad.
I didn't think the match was bad at all. I thought it told a damn good story.
I'm with you on that.
No,
I'll tell you this. This pay-per-view was better than that shit the fucking Raw put on 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, Payback was disgustingly bad. I know it's just number one.
India, number one. I can't help it, man. If I could have that as my ringtone right now, I would. Anyway, our ringtone's still a thing.
New Age Maharaja.
And you know what? There was somebody who was in Backlash that appeared on Busted Open. He goes, I was at Backlash. Fans were leaving during right after the Luke Harper or right after the Owen Styles match. And they thought the main event was boring. And then you had another caller call in and go, we don't know what the fuck that guy was on, but because
there's only got to be one, right?
Yeah.
There's always got to be one.
The one,
the downer.
But another guy called in and goes, the crowd couldn't fucking believe that this guy actually fucking won. And there was a lot of people.
They did a good job panning the crowd.
Yeah.
And you really had that, natural fan reaction of shock.
The one little kid with the short hair who looked like he was about to he looked like he was tired, which tells you the show, it ran too long for him, but it's a pay-per-view. But he's that one little kid wiping his fucking brow and just oh my God. He's stunned.
And then of course they got to show a fucking Brock Lesnar guy over there. He must have a family member that works for WWE or something. The camera always seems to find him. But dude, if you're listening, can you get a new fucking shirt, please? I had that shirt in 08.
Dude,
it's not even a wrestling shirt. It's a fucking Extreme Couture Randy Couture's fucking
Couture
shirt. Yeah, I had that shirt in 2008. It's not cool anymore.
I don't think it was. Edwards asks if we thought it was X-Pac heat. No, I think it was, oh my God, they actually put the fucking title on Jinder Mahal heat,
I know, right? I talked to my buddy Diamond Dave over there from the Ken Reedy show earlier in the week, and it's kind of ironic because we had a similar conversation before WrestleMania 30, and everybody's like, oh, there's no way Lesnar's gonna win, and I'm like, dude, I just have this feeling Lesnar's going to do a fucking miracle here. And he was like, no way, it'll never happen, da-da-da-da-da. Sure enough, Lesnar fucking pulls the miracle. So earlier in the week, I was like, dude, the guy's getting a lot of reaction. He's got, some heat on him. The push in India, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they put it on Cena and got it off him quick. maybe they're gonna do the same thing with Randy here. You know, maybe we're gonna be sitting there fucking Sunday night and the Maharaja's champion. He's like, I don't think so. They got plans for this guy and plans for that guy.
Okay, so here's my thing though.
Sometimes people read too much.
Does WWE actually carry a set of balls with this? Because they did this with fucking Muhammad Hassan.
You mean put it on him and then like
tonight, this thing in London happens. This thing in London, this thing in fucking Mahal won the belt, and then the bombings in London happened, and they were like, "Oh my God, we're just now."
He's not a what you call it? He's Indian.
Yeah, but come on.
He's not an Islamic terrorist.
Not yet. But
no, if they had any balls, they'd make him an Islamic terrorist.
To me, it is. To me, though, I mean, I'm just saying, with everything going on, this shit happens in London tonight. People are fucking threatened by fucking.
Well, what you're saying is the sensitive universe is the stupid universe because they actually think that Jinder Mahal is a terrorist. Well, I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, anything's possible with that crowd.
I mean, a famous comedian.
I mean, what do you think? You think Donald Trump's on the horn with Uncle Vince right now, saying, having a cocktail?
Vince, I love you, but you can't have a guy in a turban on your show. You just can't.
So, I'm sitting in a barber chair last week, and the Trump train had made a stop in New London at the Coast Guard Academy graduation, and just listening to his speech. Trump's speech was supposed to be to like the Coast Guard Academy, and he was like running down his accomplishments.
Oh God, he did this. He did the same thing.
He's going on and on about the media has never treated a politician as bad as they treat me, and this and that.
Oh, he
what
did
the
the
fuck
same
are you doing,
thing,
dude? Are you politicking for the next run already? Like, what are you talking about?
He did the same thing here in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is 45 minutes north of me. Liberty University, Jerry Falwell's University. Okay, it doesn't get any more fucking Republican Christian motherfuckers than that. Okay. And
right.
He did the same. He was at Liberty University giving their commencement speech, and he did this.
Right.
The local news networks did not air anything that day but Trump's fucking thing and getting people's reaction. And he did the same thing right in the Bible Belt. So it doesn't matter where he's at.
I was laughing too because like I was saying to my mother, I'm like his Secret Service, in his hat show must have been going crazy because he's talking about, next week I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna talk to this guy and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna talk to that guy and I'm gonna go to Israel and I'm gonna change our relations there and we're gonna be friends with Israel and I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna talk to that guy and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I'm just like, dude, stop fucking telling everybody where you're going. ISIS was probably sitting there taking notes. Oh, Trump, he's gonna, you know what I mean? They were probably like, thanks for the map of where you're gonna be, dumbass. They probably had to change his whole fucking agenda after.
Do you think they're running too many pay-per-views in a row? Because they did a thing for WWE.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did a thing. They did a thing for. Well, they did a thing for WWE Network. If you sign up for your 30 days now, you get Backlash, Extreme Rules, and Money in the Bank free.
Right. They map it out for you. You'll get 3 of them.
Three of them.
And if you buy the 3-month card at Walmart, you're gonna get. I sense the same thing with the UFC where they went through a run where they were doing pay-per-view, Fight Night, Fox Sports 1, pay-per-view, Fight Night, Fox Sports 1. Next thing you know, in a month, they ran like 8 or 9 shows, and it's almost like you never get to catch your breath. You never get to like, have a little break from it and miss it again a little bit. You know what I mean? Overkill is definitely the word. I think it's overkill. I get it having the 2 brands, but Payback was too close to WrestleMania. I'm sure with Backlash, I thought they had enough time to kind of tell their stories. But it just seems like, plus I'm to a point now where I don't know if I'm watching it closely enough, but with this Superstar Shuffle deal there, it's almost like you'd want to take a couple weeks, get some storylines together, then go back to the pay-per-views, because I'm like to a point where I'm like confused about, I'm thinking of a matchup and I'm like, oh, that's on Raw, but really it's happening on SmackDown. So in my head, I'm kind of confused about when this and that are happening. So I think they need, which we're not going to get based on our last conversation about pay-per-views, where you brought up to me the different pay-per-views they have planned, and Lesnar not to July, and
Great balls of fire.
they might Great balls of fire. Yeehaw! And they moved that out of Hartford, dude.
They did.
And then they're maybe gonna do one. 2 weeks before SummerSlam now. You'd almost want them to take a breather and kind of refocus, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Yeah, there's no pay-per-view happening in Hartford now. It was scheduled to take place, and then they put it in Dallas.
Right. Smitty hit me up. He wanted to go, and I'm like, absolutely not. No fucking way am I spending it. Listen, if my cousin's best friend still worked in stadium marketing for them and I get the tickets for free, I might think about it. But there's no fucking way I'm spending money to go see that.
We're going to go ahead and talk about Raw here real quick. Is it evident now? I mean, I like the segment, okay, because I'm a Finn Balor fan, popping the collar like Danny Zuko or Coach Riley in Mighty Ducks, whatever the case may be. He came out there with smoke this time. And then we had Paul Heyman, which was a surprise because I didn't expect that shit.
Yeah, because they're trying to save the boringness of Finn Balor.
Well, they're trying to give Balor the rub. They realize not everybody's behind him, and they're trying to get people behind him. Here's
the thing, though.
Well,
you can get the entrance over.
A good idea.
You can get Paul Heyman out there. You could do all that, but the root of the problem is the character is boring. And until they find a way, listen, I don't work in WWE Creative, so anybody could say to me, "Well, what would you do, AC?" I don't fucking know, but they get paid to figure this shit out. So someone with a creative brain, with their 937 writers, can't come up with something that makes Finn Balor just a little more interesting, like anything, like vignettes of him training or something. Like, I don't know. What are you investing in with Finn Balor? I haven't found that yet.
I'll be honest with you. You're right on that aspect. Aside from now, when they first came out, when he first hit, and
he's decent in the ring. I mean, I'll give him that. I don't think he's as great as everybody makes him out.
When they did
he's not AJ Styles.
When they first did the special, he was a young boy in Japan. He fucking came up through the ranks, and now he's here in WWE. That was good. His NXT run, fucking phenomenal. But
NXT's a different show, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not supposed to remember what happened in NXT.
And here's the other thing, Michael Cole. Like, I understand you don't want to call him an old man, but he's not a kid either. Can you believe how exciting this kid is?
Well, here's the thing.
He's not a kid, dude. He's 35.
Michael Cole's older than he is, so therefore to Michael Cole, he's a kid.
Okay, but to the 22-year-old in the crowd, he's not a kid. To the guy who knows his history, he's not a kid.
True. And sometimes I look at him and I forget that he's that old because he doesn't look it.
How old's Triple H? 43, 44,
45 almost. Yeah.
Okay, 40. He's only 10 years older than him.
So they had Roman Reigns versus Balor, or Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Joe runs in, and now it gets made into a tag team match. Holla, holla, holla.
I mean, you should have just brought him out and did it. Hold up, players. I even tweeted it to you. I was like, hold up, players. Here comes the tag match. You can see it from a mile away.
So they had Elias Sampson come in, and they're like, Angle's like, you finally got my attention, and we're going to put you against Dean Ambrose. And I'm just like,
oh, come on.
Oh.
Creativity, where the fuck is it?
It's bad enough we got to deal with the Drifter on fucking Raw. I didn't
even like him in NXT.
Neither did I. And then we got to deal with Dean Ambrose.
You know when I started hating Elias Sampson? When Nakamura had his second match ever. He had the match with Zayn, which was his first match, at the TakeOver. Yeah. And then his first match on the weekly NXT program
was against
Elias Sampson. I'm like, I hate this guy.
The Drifter.
That sucks.
Plays a mean guitar, but he can't wrestle. He has a good-looking body. No, don't get me wrong. The dude's got a good build. Just he needs to get rid of the fucking gimmick.
Right.
I'm going to skip around a little bit. I'm not even going to mention the fucking cruiserweight shit tonight.
Oh, God, please, save me. Save me.
So, Paul Heyman interrupted Balor, and they were so transparent here. Paul Heyman did a good promo. But I thought this segment was way better than what you're making it out to be. And And because Balor does need that rub. You're right. Balor needs to, why are we supposed to get behind Balor?
I'm not downing on the segment. The character is my problem.
But I think they have it, and by this I'm sitting there going, okay, I see what they're doing here. Because they have not mentioned the face paint. They have not mentioned the quote-unquote demon. Not once.
Was he going to save it for Lesnar?
He's going to save it for Lesnar. We won't even see it at Extreme Rules. He's going to win that match, and I guarantee you he pins I guarantee you his ass pins somebody other than fucking Roman Reigns. He probably pins Joe. Because they want to fucking tank Joe. Yes,
no. You know what they're gonna do? It's Joe. Come on, it's right in front of your face. What do we always do when we want to give somebody a rub? We have them pin Bray Wyatt again. I mean, why would you think it'd be anything else other than Bray Wyatt getting pinned again?
Honestly, though, here's the thing. I was talking about this with Robert the other night. I don't think we made it to air, but what you want to bet me that the night of the fucking pay-per-view, they all of a sudden announced that it's elimination style. If they do that, somebody's got to pin Roman because the direction that I think they're going in, I think Balor's winning the match.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be elimination style, but here's my overall thing with Balor winning this. Out for a long time, injury, right? Comes back. A little concussion, but he seems to be okay. How do we even know? This is going to sound like such a dick thing to say, but I'm going to say it. How do we even know he's going to make it through an Extreme Rules match without getting injured?
You can say the same about Strowman, though.
I understand the way they're booking it, and I understand where they're headed here, but I'm surprised that isn't in the back of their head. And here's the other thing. In the grand scheme of it, they're going to put him over Brock Lesnar. I mean, if that's the case, is that like the end of Brock's contract? Is he all done? Because I'll tell you this right now, you are never going to sell Brock Lesnar as a beast again if after losing in a minute and a half to Goldberg, he loses the fucking midget Devitt. And compared to Brock Lesnar, he's going to look like a freaking midget. All right?
I look at it this way.
I mean, Brock Lesnar throwing him on his head 15 times. That's what they want to do with Balor right now.
You can say the same.
I don't know, man.
As far as the injury thing and about the little guys getting injured, look at what's happening with Braun Strowman right now, this jacked up motherfucker. I get that. But my point being is, they even had a video package tonight about Strowman reminding you, saying, hey, this guy's still coming back. And the rumor is he's not going to be gone 6 months. I guarantee you, a torn rotator cuff, if he really had one, would be out 6 months. I don't think it is. Something tells me with this being an Extreme Rules match, he's going to fucking goddamn... I guarantee you they do it this way. Balor's going to win the match. Strowman is going to make it to where fucking Roman Reigns has no chance in that Extreme Rules match. What you want to bet me?
I don't think.
And that's how they protect Roman Reigns, by having Strowman come in and take him out.
I do agree. We're going to see Strowman and Roman, sooner than 6 months from now. But I don't know that it's going to be Extreme Rules.
No, it's not going to be at Extreme Rules. But you're going to have Roman. I think you have Strowman interfere in that match and cost Roman that match.
Don't. Well, get to my overall point now. I got you off the subject by mentioning the injury thing, though. But don't you think that just totally kills their cash cow in Lesnar?
It does. You're right. It does. I mean, because you have him jobbed to Goldberg.
Are they really going to do that?
You have him jobbed to Goldberg twice. You have him, literally in the Royal Rumble and at Survivor Series last year, you had his ass fucking get whooped by him. Yes, he got his heat back at, the 50-50 booking thing at WrestleMania.
I get that, but to me, they still put a chink in that armor.
Oh yeah,
twice. Oh, yeah. Not just with him, but they did it with the Undertaker too.
Jeff says it. Jeff says it best. I guarantee the promo they're going to cut is everybody's talking about the Beast and how they faced the Beast and how they're going to kill the Beast. But has the Beast ever faced a demon? And that's what they're going to do. And it's going to get over. It's going to be good. The story-wise, it's going to be good. But...
Well, it's going to be good because everybody's going to go ballistic when he puts on the fucking face paint and comes out as Demon Balor.
You can't have this guy. My thing is, okay, if they have him beat Lesnar and Lesnar goes away until the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series, you can't sit there and have fucking Bray or Finn Balor beat Brock Lesnar and then job to fucking Strowman or Roman. It's not believable. And then you can't, and you're right, you can't salvage Lesnar after that.
My thing would be, and I mean, obviously Rollins is down in the pecking order now for whatever reason, but wouldn't Lesnar want Rollins more than anybody? Like, can we get back to the root of this thing here? When he originally lost his title, he didn't even get pinned, and he never got his redemption on that. They went to do the angle, and they trashed it to bring back the fucking Undertaker.
Yep.
They trashed that whole story. You could get that back with Rollins. I'm sorry, but him and Reigns has a lot of teeth in it. They had a great WrestleMania match. They got ruined by Seth Rollins. You got a lot of teeth in that. You could sell me Demon versus Beast, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is, when I look at Finn Balor in the ring with Brock Lesnar, if Brock wins, the entire sensitive, idiotic universe is going to lose their shit. Oh, they're jobbing up to Brock. What the fuck? He's a part-time champion. But if he actually beats Brock, you can just put Brock in the Hall of Fame, have a farewell match at WrestleMania, and never have him come back again, because nobody's gonna want to see, and nobody's gonna buy this mystique about the Beast if he loses to fucking Finn Balor. It's gonna be over. Sooner or later, you cannot go to that well so often and not have it bite you in the ass. It's gonna bite him in the ass eventually.
Do you think the bloom is already off the rose with the fact that he fucking got jobbed to another part-timer, a far less part-timer in Goldberg?
Here's the thing. I agree, but had he had a nice run with another fucking savage like Reigns or Strowman, I think he'd be okay there. I don't know if you're going to get that with Balor.
You know who they should bring in to face Lesnar?
Listen, I'm telling you right now,
he never gets old.
He does not want none of the Maharaja, all right?
No, he doesn't, man. Can you imagine the promos?
Actually, Jinder versus Heyman might not be that bad.
I was gonna say, can you imagine Jinder cutting fucking promos in Hindi, and then fucking goddamn Heyman comes out and busts some Hebrew on his ass?
Brock, listen. Change all your dates. We're gonna have you on Tuesdays.
We're gonna have you on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And fucking Jinder comes out there.
Okay, that one.
I know this is gonna piss people off.
Champion versus champion.
Jinder, I don't know any Hindi, but fucking, you fucking have him come out there, la 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 la, Maharaja, and then you have fucking Paul Heyman come out there. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm the advocate for the reigning WWE champion, Brock Lesnar, and I'm standing next to... And then
Mahal comes out on a camel.
No, yeah, fucking... I'll get to that in a second.
Remember when El Del Rio was like that rich Mexican advocate or whatever? He used to come out in the expensive cars. They should have Mahal come out on a camel.
My friend Robert actually said that last night. But anyway, you have Heyman come out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing next to a jacked up Meshuggah Arab or Indian.
And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a report of who actually took more steroids this year.
You, sir, are a pariah without that belt and without the Bollywood boys. I can imagine he should just start cutting a promo in just straight Yiddish. And honestly, half the fucking U.S. would probably understand Yiddish than number one. And you know their biggest flaw last night? Their biggest flaw? And I don't know how much they feed.
No confetti for gender?
No. Something that they should have done. I don't know how much WWE of an influence WWE has in the foreign announce teams. But oh my God, can you imagine the heat they would have gotten in the home audience if while this shit's going on, man?
That reminded me of Michael Cole with the Miz a couple years ago when he was jumping up and down. Yeah, the Miz won the title. The Miz won the title.
Can you imagine while this shit's going on? They actually pan over and look at the announcers dancing. Imagine when that's going on. You fucking have the fucking little.
They're doing the yes chant.
Yeah.
Number one.
And you have the Hindi announce team. You know how they have the little flags in front of the monitors? They're sitting there waving the little fucking Iranian or fucking Indian flags. Number one. They even, God damn it, pal. We're gonna cut to you guys.
I got to tell you though, one of my favorite things of today was Jinder had that 8-10-month indie tour.
Yeah.
And everybody just shit on the guy when he was with 3MB. And then, he does the tour, and, he did all these local shows. And he was there, but you didn't see, people going, oh, I'm going to see Jinder, and taking pictures with him and all that. Then he wins the title today, and I'm on Facebook, and every fucking one and their mother is posting a picture with them with Jinder Mahal. I'm like, where the fuck were those 10 a.m. a year ago? Now he's winning the WWE Championship. Oh, I've been a Jinder fan my whole life. Oh, yeah, sure you have.
Oh my God, that little kid in the red shirt looks like he's about to fucking cry. It's beautiful.
India, number one. India, number one.
Oh man, it's the greatest thing ever. It's like the fucking...
I want to watch the whole match, his next match in Indian commentary.
Oh, man.
Every time the other guy does a move.
Well,
he cheated. Mahal, number one. Here we go, number one.
You tweeted me out today, oh, my God, you got to watch it. And I'm like, send me a link. And then it dawned on me, I don't need a link. I could go to the WWE Network and watch the alternate audio. You could watch the whole fucking match with that commentary with the network.
That is hilarious.
I mean, that's who they should be meting up against Lesnar, the genetic freak against the beast. Come on. But getting back to Raw tonight, you had the Alicia Fox versus Sasha Banks match. I actually kind of liked it. I like the story that they're doing with Noam Dar. Gives him something to do. Noam Dar needs a fucking haircut. Looks like he's wearing a wig constantly.
I was thinking when that cruiserweight match was on and Daivari lost in a minute and a half.
What's that?
I was like, oh, after last night, there's no fucking way Daivari's winning this match.
Then one of the best parts.
We don't want to go to that well too often.
One of the best parts of the show is we have
the commercials.
No, we got 1996 Goldust back, baby. He's in the back talking about, says the brightest lights are gold. Brightest of them all. They never rust, infinite luster, but our truth's light is flickering. And
all right, so I was watching the Yankee game at the same time, and I missed the Enzo and Kaz thing. Fill me in here.
Well, the Enzo and Kaz got laid at Enzo. This is
I saw Enzo laid out.
That's all we got tonight was, who laid out Enzo and Cass.
Oh, so there was no follow-up to that.
There was kind of, but then there wasn't. They really never explained it. Here's the deal with that.
Well, I can't wait to watch next week and find out.
They know that Enzo is not... Here's the thing. They're wanting to push Cass, okay? He's 7 foot tall, like you always say. It's Vince's dick probably gets hard every time he looks at Colin Cassidy, okay? So
he's not just 7 foot tall.
You can't teach that. But anyway.
Great. You cannot teach 7 foot tall.
So here's a guy who's teamed up. It just so happened that he's teamed up with this fucking vanilla midget from NXT, okay?
And he's got a fucking mutant carrying around his girlfriend in SmackDown.
Exactly. But here's the thing. They're wanting to split these two up, but they know it will piss the people off if they split them up, and the song and dance will be over. And they know that fucking...
Well, they could easily turn Cass heel, but just
here's
having
the
him
thing,
fuck
though.
Enzo off.
Cass ain't going to be able to get over by himself because he's pigeonholed. He's too typecast now. You can't get him by himself. Him and Enzo are going to be paired up forever. As much as people don't want to see it, as much as, yes, it looks unbelievable as fuck to see Enzo with a goddamn title belt, okay? So what do? You have to fucking put Cass on a mission to find out who clocked Enzo in the back and have a good run of singles matches and actually get some singles time under his belt. There was that little block.
You know what Enzo does have? He's got a Mike Saber for a hater, all right?
That's right, man.
I love that line. I got a Mike Saber for a hater.
Smack talk a Skywalker. I like that. I'm a Star Wars fan, and I love it, But
I am trash talker Skywalker.
But you know
and
Vince's
I got a
mentality.
lightsaber for a hater.
You know Vince's mentality. It doesn't matter how good he is in the ring. He's not fucking 10 foot fucking tall and jacked up. So he's wasted. You know, Vince doesn't care about him.
They should be like the other cruiserweights, him, Balor.
I honestly think that's the where he's going is the fucking, you know, he's going to the fucking goddamn cruiserweight matches.
They could call it the Daniel Bryan division.
Fuck, come on, dude.
I'm joking.
But here's what kills me, though. In your beloved New Japan, where all these guys are light heavyweights, they sure do let those light heavyweights main event a lot. So, come on.
Listen. You, how many indie shows do you go to? I go to Ring of Honor. There's a difference. We know this. That's the fucking point. That's why I love guys like Roman. I like guys like Roman Reigns and Lesnar and Cena and Orton. I like them on WWE because when you watch the NFL, it's the best of the best, the biggest of the biggest, the God-given talent. It's the same fucking way in wrestling. Now everybody wants to upset the apple cart and change the way things are done because they're more exposed to this other style of wrestling that is never going to work in that world. There's exceptions to that.
Not as long as
Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles.
Finn
but
Balor.
those are the exceptions to the rule.
Finn Balor.
We'll see. Jury's still out, brother.
I mean, so here's the thing, though. You make a good point. As long as Vince McMahon is fucking alive, come on.
Wait. Do you think that if Vince McMahon turns over control to Triple H tomorrow, Triple H is going to say, all right, you jacked up guys just like me, you're out of here. I'm bringing in all these little guys. You know, come on, dude. He's never going to fucking do that.
Look at what he's doing with NXT. He does it with NXT.
He's giving you something different. Yes, I get that.
Anyway.
But you think he's going to – listen, at the root of Triple H's wrestling, I know he's giving you something different. But what Triple H is doing – He's tapping into a market that they haven't tapped into.
I was gonna say, you think he's just biding his time until he actually gets to take over and give you what he really wants, which is more of the same.
It wouldn't shock me. Come on, this is he. Why would he change the business he grew up with?
Matt Hardy wins a match with Sheamus, and they go delete, and it's gonna be a fucking cage match between those four. Yes, okay, who cares?
I'm already over the Hardys in WWE. So,
me too. Yeah, and Ed Nordholm goes. Ned Nordholm of Anthem goes. WWE has never contacted us once about the fucking broken gimmick.
I really am a fucking card-carrying member of the IWC. I just fucking trash everything. I'm terrible. Fuck the Hardys. Fuck Balor.
Hashtag sensitive
Daniel Bryan
universe.
division.
Mickey James, now, which was probably, you're probably right, Edwards, in that Balor never main evented in New Japan, but he didn't need the main event because he was the shit, you know?
I'll tell you, they put a slow-mo of after Alexa hit Mickey with the kendo stick.
Ooh.
Oh, how great was that?
Dude, and testament to Mickey James.
No, when they're chanting, you still got it at Mickey. It's not a wrestling.
Dude, Mickey James looked fucking hot tonight. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. All right, I'm done.
Number one. Anyway.
Yeah, Mickey's breasts are number one right now.
Dude.
How you doing?
You put her in the fucking ring with Alexa and that fine ass? Oh, my Lord.
Alexa's got like that total Valley girl
next door look, yeah, man. You just want to see her.
That's just a stupid stuck-up bitch. I love every second.
You know what she reminds me of? Have you ever seen the movie The Girl Next Door? About the kid who fucking falls in love with the girl next door who happens to be a porn actress? That's Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Oh. And that ass.
You're just waiting to.
Well, there's only one. There's well, more than one, but there's one woman in wrestling with a better ass than Alexa Bliss. Evilise.
Evilise, maybe.
Oh, not maybe.
Anyway.
Do you ever see Evilise and Katrina when Katrina licks her? Oh. God. Edwards was like, I'm watching it right now, Daddy Cool.
I'm watching it right now.
But he's watching it on his tablet out there in California, getting ready for his set tomorrow.
Number one. Edwards, number one. Edwards, number one. Hollywood. Hollywood, number one. Hollywood, number one.
His next show, his next movie is going to be with M. Night Shyamalan.
Nah, his next movie.
And Jinder's going to be the murderer or something. We're gonna book Jinder for the next movie. We're calling in M. Night to write it.
I gotta tell you, man. Speaking of Edwards' next movie, let me see if I can pull this up here. Hold on here. I gotta do this here. Edwards is gonna love it because we got some info on Edwards' next movie.
Peach Killer.
Yeah, no. Edwards is going to get in touch with his... That's Edwards' theme song. It's not just for Goldust anymore.
Oh, here we go.
The Hollywood Edwards Productions. Jeff Edwards presents Joe White Deliverance Hour.
The life of Dustin Reynolds.
Hey, he made more money than me or you off of it. So.
Oh, absolutely. Good for him.
But anyway, Edwards' next Hollywood production hits the 1650 network tomorrow morning. So be on the outlook for that, and it's pretty damn good.
Does it have anything to do with the left turn gimmick?
Yes. It's awesome. Why do you think I'm drinking Mountain Dew tonight? It's paying homage to Jeff Edwards and his beautiful commentary, his beautiful filmmaking skills. But Mickie James and Alexa, man. Mickie James, to me, this is her best match she's had since being back.
Yeah, I think the work I liked what she did when she first came back to SmackDown, but I like what they're doing with her Raw better. I think the women thing, they kind of go through peaks and valleys with it, and I think Alexa and her are at a peak right now. I think being in that program, which is the top program, I think Charlotte not being there is a big thing too. So I like it, digging it. Big Mickie fan.
We then had Samoa, we had the tag match, Joe and Wyatt versus Roman and Seth, and Joe and Bray win, which probably needed to happen. Because they're...
What was this? Another Shield tease? Like, we'll tag Seth and Roman, but then we're going to have them get into a fight in the middle of the match and lose so they could wrestle each other next week.
That's exactly what happened.
Right. I mean,
but
I know. Okay.
They never did really. They kind of mentioned the Shield, that they were former partners, but they never mentioned that this, oh my God, it's a Shield reunion like they did one night a couple of years ago.
But the fans, get hard with that stuff.
Yeah. But the right people needed to win this, because you know what that does in WWE's world when the heels win on the onset. That means these two are probably going to get squashed the most at the pay-per-view.
Right. Well, which is my point, because you picked Joe to take the pin and I picked Bray to take the pin. The big question is, what happens? And I'm actually a little intrigued with how that match with Balor's booked next week. Do they just double team him, fuck him up, melee, match over? Or do they give Balor time to do some work here?
I honestly think Balor can take the loss next week. It's not really going to hurt him, especially after tonight. He fucked up Carl Anderson. He got the rub from Paul Heyman. They've pretty much told you tonight where they're going forward. I hated that,
by the way, to be honest with you.
What, the Carl Anderson thing?
I hate it. I hated the idea of them having a match together. I hated the idea that it was just like Carl Anderson's going to job to Balor. Yeah. I hated every fucking second of it.
I didn't like it either. They could have put him in there with so many more fucking people.
Right. All the people on again, be fucking creative. Oh, listen, pal, we're going to put you with Carl Anderson. Come on, dude. Please, give us something.
But
and plus, it pisses me off the way I could get into it all day.
Let's be honest here, though. This is not the worst Raw that we've seen all year. It's not the worst.
Listen.
It was better than last week's. I mean, come on. It actually made sense a little bit this week. They're actually building towards something.
Joe, I agree. But what are we comparing it to here? I mean, come on. The last couple of weeks, Raw's been so fucking bad that, I mean, it's almost unwatchable. So this one was a little bit less unwatchable.
And next week is Memorial Day, so the fucking goddamn rating's really going to tank then.
Yeah, I'll be incoherent by the time Raw gets on, probably.
I honestly don't know if there's going to be a damn Monday night PWAM show next week, because I may be out of town.
We'll play that one. We'll play that one by ear.
I mean, so they, but I do have some, before we get out of here tonight, I do have a guest announcement for Wednesday.
Daddy Cool's on the prowl, so I'm hoping to be having some fun on Memorial.
You ladies, hide your wives. All you men, hide your wives.
Hey, sisters, cousins. All right, get to the guest announcement.
fucking AC enters the bar. All you hear is
number one. India, number
AC,
one.
number one. AC, number one.
I'm going to do that this weekend when we're really busy. I'm going to have my co-bartender take a video of me going, number one, number one,
You're gonna
number
ring.
one,
You're gonna
number
ring
one.
that. Do you guys have a bell? Whenever you get a tip, you ring the bell.
We do.
You get to
Have
ring
the bell
you
ringing
need
in
to
the
start
background.
fucking ringing the bell. While you're
Speaking
ringing
of which,
the bell.
I was thinking about this during the Reigns match with Bray when Joe came out. You know how you're always saying the most annoying thing in wrestling is the one fall?
Yeah.
It's not that.
What
It's
is
when they constantly ring the fucking bell
after
when
the
they're
fucking
after the match. It's like,
that.
yeah, everybody's like, oh, the bell's ringing. Let's
like
stop.
the
Stop ringing the fucking bell.
Dude, they do that
My
in CWF
and my
sometimes.
daughter, when we go to shows and they're like, ding, 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 it's like, stop ringing the fucking
To
bell.
me,
It's not doing anything.
Honestly, that's probably my number 2 pet peeve behind the Smarky chants is because it's like they fucking know the match is over. What is ringing the bell really doing? I hate that. And
I want to beat the fuck out of this guy,
dude,
but you rang that. That's like blowing. That's like the NFL referees when there's a fight after the play, like blowing the whistle constantly.
Who's gonna?
That whistle's stopping them.
But you know what though? They've done it for fucking since the goddamn 70s. So oh well, you know. I mean,
speaking of the 70s, we didn't get into your buddy Racket Boy over there still living in them.
What's that?
Cornette.
Oh yeah, we can get. I gotta say though, he's kind of come and done a 180 in the last week since he's been up in WWE land for the day that he was. He's now come out and liking Triple H and he's liking McMahon now. And,
he likes them, but I mean, indie guys trying to make a living. Let's just trash them.
Oh, he still to this day he fucking thinks fucking goddamn Omega ought to be ran out of town on a rail, and I'm not an Omega fan, but I wouldn't go that far.
This is his deal. Nobody gives a fuck about anything he says until he insults somebody they like, and that is his plan.
Yep, that's how he gets over.
Kenny King slayed him. It was I liked that, enjoyed it.
Anyway, I didn't see it, but anyway.
Okay, go check it out. It's very entertaining.
Where is this at?
Twitter.
It's Kenny King's Twitter, or?
I believe, I don't know who started it. I think he responded to a King tweet, and then King responded back, but King just went savage. And then as the fans got on him, King responded to the fans getting on Cornette, and he slayed him for like 4 hours.
I mean, the thing is, if you knew the heat between Cornette and Kenny King stemming all the way back to when Kenny King left Ring of Honor to work for TNA, I'd be pissed off too, but I wouldn't hold a grudge. Cornette doesn't even work for Ring of Honor anymore. Why is he fucking so fucking mad about that? I don't get it. That's Cornette's problem. I'll be honest. I love Jim Cornette, but his biggest problem is he holds grudges way too much.
Anytime somebody goes to Ring of Honor, he's all over him.
Yeah, I mean, well, any company that fucking has screwed over Jim Cornette now, like TNA or Ring of Honor, you're the devil if you go to work for them now. Why? Because they fired you? Come on.
Let's see.
Come on. It's just a matter.
Let me get some of the earlier stuff here.
Dude, with Jeff Jarrett being back in TNA, it's a matter of time before either Cornette or Russo is back in that company. So come on. But anyway, the big guest announcement. Wednesday.
All right, here's how it started.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Cornette. Not interested in seeing lying, untalented marks like Kenny King at Kenny King PB2 play wrestler, shake their dicks for money, or whore themselves on bad TV shows. So Kenny King responded, "Sorry, you miserable, unlikable piece of garbage. Can't hear you. I live in a place called Relevancy. Go jerk off to all Anderson matches."
Ole Anderson matches.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the shaking their dick thing is a Joey Ryan nig. Because he can't stand Joey Ryan either. Cornette can't.
Right. And, I mean, I'm kind of with him on that right now. After you screwed the company, talent, and your own partner because you're a lying sack of shit, it was charitable to resign your useless ass. That was from Cornette. Ha ha ha. If I screwed the company, why would I be welcomed back? Why can't you ever come back? You're a lying loser, Cornette. I feel sorry for you.
Oh, man. See, here's what kills me. Bruce Pritchard's now back at TNA. I guarantee you, before the end of the year, we will hear about Jim Cornette being back in TNA.
Then somebody responded,
Unless
Cornette really likes to talk about your dick. I know Jim Cornette has a fetish for it. I guess that's what happens when you can't see yours.
Cornette's actually lost weight, so... Anyway.
Right, and then Cornette, homophobia, last gasp of a grade schooler who's been verbally disemboweled and lost all hope of the win. You're a sad fuck. You're a sadder fuck than I thought. Then Kenny King responded, I have lots of gay friends, Jim. You're just not one of them. Nice try, since all you do is talk about what I shake for money. Cornette, I have lots of friends too, of all kinds, and you've never been one. I wish you would dick shake for money more instead of being a bad wrestler.
Oh, shit.
That's a burn. Kenny King, it's been fun exposing you, but I'm going to go to the gym, you know, the place where you'd burst into flames if you ever entered. Take care, loser.
That's a weak comeback from King. I'm sorry.
And then
Cornette burned him and King knew it.
Came out with this, okay, last one, this is how I did Jim Cornette on Twitter, and it's a video of a black guy knocking out a white guy in one shot.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. If you want to call that a knockout, Cornette bested his ass at the end, if you ask me. But anyway, the guest announcement. People have been asking for her, and I don't know if you've been listening to our CWF after show, but people have been asking for this guest ever since we first started and ever since we started putting this person over. But this Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, right after CWF Worldwide finishes up, the hostess with the mostest, CL Party from CWF Mid-Atlantic and Modern Vintage Wrestling, will be our guest this Wednesday night live on 1650 PWAM for the official, unofficial CWF Mid-Atlantic Worldwide After Show. At CL Party will be our guest this Wednesday. I actually got to shake the hand of the lovely CL Party this past Wednesday. She said she's looking forward to coming on the show. And there's a bit of, and she says she's going to clear some things up about what I've been saying on the show. She
really?
Yeah, she says I'm kind of speaking outside the realm of kayfabe when I shouldn't be.
Okay.
We'll see.
So, where can I find a match of hers?
She's not a wrestler. She's pretty much like a host / ring announcer. Okay.
So what? All right. So send me a link so I can watch some of her stuff.
Just go to CWF Mid Atlantic on YouTube. Just look.
Are you gonna make me work for it?
Yep.
All right. So some jackass, or it was 5 hours ago, but some jackass. I'm looking at this from Still Real to Us website, whatever, on Instagram. Put a meme up of I want Finn versus Brock, and it's Finn in a demon suit with Doc and Carl behind him, and you got Brock holding the Universal title, and it says, but Finn needs backup. Well, I guess that backup's done because they jobbed to him tonight.
Are you talking about It's Still Real to Us? Is that what you're...
Yeah, where they put these stupid fucking memes that are dumb. Yeah.
Where is it? I gotta find this.
I have it on Instagram right now.
I'm not an Instagram guy, but I do follow them on Twitter, so...
You could probably find it. All right, hang on. When did you speak directly of her?
What do you mean, of CL or?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about CL. She's not dating. She goes, I want to clear something up. And she says,
is she like an announcer?
She sometimes
or like
does
commentary. Interview chick.
That's Dirty Daddy.
Yeah, is she the one interviewing him after the match or whatever? Here?
I think so. Yeah, I'll send you. I'll send you something on YouTube of her. She's beautiful fucking woman. I'm gonna
fast forward to the end of the match and see her. Is she hot?
She is hot. She's very hot. Let me send you a link here. She's probably the one kicking off the show here. Yeah, if you're watching Dirty Daddy versus Eric Royal, she's the one interviewing him after the match. So,
Yep. The match just ended here.
But yeah, she will be our guest this Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. Jeff Edwards is kind of freaking out about it because it's his first live interview, I think.
He's freaking out about it.
I was like, dude, be yourself.
The guy's from Hollywood.
That's from Hollywood, man. These are his people. But
where the fuck is she? I don't even see her.
She may have. I know she's there somewhere interviewing. Hold on.
Like I saw her when I first clicked on it, but now she's not there.
Go back. She interviews him before the match.
Oh, before the match.
Go to like 25 seconds. Oh, man.
Okay, I skipped by it.
Her in that draft printed dress just makes you want to go out and hug drafts. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, now I see her.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm. But she will be our guest, and she kind of cleared things up for me because she's like, I mentioned that she's dating the television champion Eric Andrews, and she was really quick to kayfabe that and go, CL Party is not dating Eric Andrews, and then she used her shoot name, which I won't use here, and his shoot name. She goes, but such and such is dating such and such. She's like, you might want to tell your listeners that CL Party is not dating Eric Andrews, but shoot name
she's pretty hot.
She is
she's
hot,
good.
dude. She's freaking phenomenal.
She's no Mandy Leon, but
wait till you see her for 80s night. Ooh. She got dressed up like a damn... I'll put it to you this way. You know how women dressed in the 80s? They dressed like Doc Whores on payday. So,
oh, there you go.
With the big hair and the big makeup and everything. And that's how I like, ain't not a damn thing wrong with it. So, Wednesday, CL Party's our guest. We're going to talk about a couple other spots with Jeff because I tweeted out to Jeff today, and we actually got a reply from White Mike Jordan, or as he's known now as White Mike Taker. If you check that out, if you follow White Mike Jordan, you'll realize who that is. But anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And another good show, AC. I like this.
Hey, Joe, this is 3 weeks in a row, no argument.
No argument.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's right.
I didn't even interrupt you that much. God damn it, AC, let me get my point out.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
Not many.
All right, there you go.
I've been laying low lately.
Good,
Joe. Last week I was hammered though because I was out with friends.
You're saving it till Memorial Day when you go out prowling.
I'm actually have the night off tomorrow, so there's a very nice restaurant that opened a rooftop situation, bar and this and that. So I'm going with not one but two lovely ladies.
I did not mean to bury.
Situation.
Edwards just sent me a text. He goes, "I just said I couldn't do it early. Way to bury me."
I know you did fucking bury him. Oh my god!
I didn't mean to bury him. It wasn't a burial.
You made it sound like he's like shaking his boots or something.
Anyway, I got to text him back. Sorry, I did not mean it that way.
No, but anyway, I'm going to this rooftop situation with not one but two lovely ladies. So you will not get any content from this gentleman tomorrow night.
Two ladies. Oh man.
Yep, that's the way I roll, brother. And that will never get old. That will never get old.
Oh, man. I know we're going to get copyrighted for this episode just because of that, but I don't give a fuck. It's too good to... Anyway.
India number one.
India number one. Well, thank you for listening to 1650 PWAM. We'll see you next week. Fuck you. Goodbye. Free sluggies all day on Tuesday. India number one.
Oh man, half of India's gonna be calling us racist fucks.
Oh man. We just put them over for the last 2 hours.
Hey, listen, all the fucking Slurpees I bought in my 20s, I funded gender.
Yes. We put his ass through wrestling school. Good night, everybody.
Oh God.